There we go, we're in.
Are we live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me see on YouTube, making sure that the stream is up on there too. I already sent it from OBS.
I'm seeing us. Hello, YouTube. All right, your host, so take it away.
All right, so we are starting up again. I don't know how many prior hosts have been on this podcast prior to me, but I'm here revitalizing it. It's going to be a monthly podcast talking about Chicago film and Chicago filmmakers, things going on here. All right, BJ, what are you on about?
What's your name?
Josue Turcios. I'm also a local filmmaker based in the South Side, just trying to make movies, writer, director, first-time podcaster.
I never would have guessed. You're a natural. I do want to kind of adjust my volume here. All right, so yeah, we're back with the podcast, and Josue is going to be our host on a monthly-ish basis. Yeah. We got a room full of people here. We're going to start bringing some folks in. Josue, are you working on anything at the moment, or just the podcast?
So one of the things that I'm working on is like a 2-part miniseries called An Account that deals with a Latino family going through a DCFS case.
What does DCFS stand for?
Department of Children and Family Services.
Okay.
And so that takes place over the course of 5 years, from 2019 to 2024-ish, and it's mainly focused on the disintegration of the family.
Okay, and that's going to be a feature or a short?
2-part miniseries, both of them feature length, kind of like the Souvenir Part 2. It'll be that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I saw your review of that on Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Part 1. I have not seen Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Tilda Swinton fan. So, is she in Part 2?
She is in both.
Oh, okay. All right. I remember Souvenir was very, 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 very slow. It was very, very slow film. And when Richard Ayoade showed up, I was like, wow, I did not expect to see Moss in The Souvenir. But yeah, let's get some people. Let's get some people who are here in the bar. We got some folks here that want to talk about their projects.
All right.
So
here, hop on the mic.
Just have a seat anywhere.
Which way is the most?
And grab your headphones there.
As they say in the business, the cans, right?
Can
The cans. You got to put the cans on, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know.
We're just here.
Hey, so I'm Nigel David. You guys know me, so
Josue Turcios. We have not met yet.
yeah. Jose, you said Jose?
Josue.
Oh, nice. I like it. It's got that nice.
And I'm BJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to let Josue talk to you.
All right.
I'm going to duck out and round up some more people to sit in these chairs and talk about what they're working on.
Heck yeah. This is great, guys. BJ, again, thanks for doing this. This is your baby, right?
Well, it's Josue's baby now.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, this is great. Because there's a few filmmakers things, but this one, the last time I was here, was very welcoming, very cool, very nice. So yeah, be out there listening. Come on in, because this is great.
If you need to adjust your volume, this is your volume dial right there.
Am I too loud?
So No.
Oh,
in your cans. If your
yes.
cans are too loud.
The cans.
Yeah. So I'm going to go round up some people. So you guys have a nice chat, and I'll be back later.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, for me, they're a little loud on my end, so I don't know if you want to turn down just a little.
Am I just, which
just
one? The second one?
Yeah. So you should
Okay,
just be
yeah.
order. Just a little.
That's just turning down my mic, right?
Yeah. Well, go ahead, test.
Test.
Yeah, it's a little further down. All right.
All right. So yeah, talk to me, man.
All right.
What's going on?
What do you do? Let's start.
All right. So hey, my name is Nigel David. I'm actually I'm coming all the way from Indiana for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm because I've born and bred in Gary, Indiana. Everybody knows that place. So I'm here in the city trying to do make it the thing. So I'm a director, actor, writer, and I got one movie that's under my belt, Visible Lies. It's on YouTube. Nigel David Productions. I'm hoping I can plug, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
I'd love to plug.
That's fine.
Nice, gotta love to plug. Love to plug in the cans. But yeah, no, it's great. So yeah, Invisible Lies. It's a 42-minute and 44-second movie I did. It's very deep. It's a psychological horror, very cool. I got it in a couple film festivals, and then I'm getting ready to work. And this is why I'm actually wanting to talk. So I'm actually getting ready to shoot my second film, which is The Midnight Owls.
All right, so not to be
Oh, sorry.
not to be exclusionary, I just want to introduce the guy at the end. Just,
Hi. Michael.
It's Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
You gotta get in closer.
Get in a little closer.
Yeah.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear
There
you.
you go.
Michael McTighe. Sometimes I go by Michael North when I do production and stuff. Either of those names. I think I'm on IMDb as Michael North. So I think that's my name.
Nice.
People mispronounce my last name, so I just kind of get sick of that.
Seriously, yeah, but I don't use my last name. My middle name is David, so it sounds much cooler, Nigel David, instead of my regular, because my last name sounds like when two cars hit, it's like Bert. so I go Nigel David, and that sounds so much better. It sounds so much smoother, I
Okay, I'm
think.
trying to see whether I hear you. I don't know if I hear Michael's mic.
He's got to get a little bit closer to still.
Get closer to the mic.
Yeah, that's where you go. Yeah,
There we
Now I
go.
hear you.
yeah.
Much better.
Got to kiss the mic.
Let me reposition that. Kind of like leaning over.
That's fine.
Yeah,
There we go.
All right, so you're talking about the second feature, right?
Me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Midnight Owls. So it's a story about Sinister Sam, and I'm a huge fan of Lynch. Rest in peace. Still cry over that every day. Tears shed every day that man's gone. But it's kind of go with not really giving away too much, but it's basically what Sinister Sam goes through before he goes on the hunt.
Right.
You know, so it's a little bit, trying to throw a little swerve on your classic slasher. You know, because I mean it's so straightforward and stuff like that, pretty much now. So I'm kind of coming in from the side, trying to figure out a way to make it a little more interesting. And so yeah, that's like a script read. Got Sinister Sam, Brian Boyles, who, by the way, I saw him. We met at a horror convention thingy. Just out of the blue, I walked in through these curtains. I looked at him. I'm like, that's Sinister Sam. Boom, done. Went up to him, dude. What do you name everything?
Right.
And since then we've been working. He's been fantastic. But I'm looking for a lead actress and 3 other victims. That's actually too quick. But the lead actress is definitely a speaking role. Dr. Meredith Knox. She does become a victim, but there it is. So, but yeah. So that's what definitely that's why I'm here tonight.
Right. And the script's written, ready to go.
Everything's ready to go. Yeah, I've actually shot. I got 2 trailers out there on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Nigel David Productions. You can see I do commercial work. I do videos. I host an open mic down in Indiana. Do all the video stuff and work and do music videos. So I do like a plethora of video and music, musician, comedy, stand up, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, my main focus is definitely turning into. I just want to make films. That's right? I mean, that's
Of course.
something to say,
Yeah, I get that.
I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to like.
No. I'm listening to you. Yeah, I do a lot of screenwriting. I made a lot of films. I've been through film school, so I've had to do all that for film school. Worked as a PA a bunch. Worked as a stand-in a bunch. I've just been doing this in some capacity for a long time, and it's what I like to do. I like working on sets. I like working with actors. I like working with creatives.
Nice.
So yeah.
Do you have a current project?
At the moment, I'm trying to work on a script that's. I probably should research this guy a little better, but there's Bob Kane who created Batman. Well, Bob Kane, who created the first prototype for him, handed it off to Bill Finger. Bill Finger is the guy who's responsible for everything about Batman. So the cave, the Bat aesthetic, the secret identity, all that stuff is all Bill Finger. Bob Kane came up with this very idea that kind of gets made fun of. It didn't really have much of a costume. Didn't really have a secret identity. Very kind of loose idea of what it was. And then, of course, he took all the credit and cut Bill Finger out. And I sort of wanted to revisit his bad idea. And I have a feeling, maybe somewhat because of my own background, that the reason Bob Kane didn't quite stick the landing on superheroes in the way that Finger did is because he's probably a very privileged guy. I think that's the reason he was so comfortable exploiting all those writers and artists at DC and taking credit from them. And so, I was a kid who was born into some means. And I decided, well, what if this guy is sort of a bit like Bob Kane, and he's a bit of a crazy rich guy who, kind of has let his position in life warp his perceptions of reality, and has sort of turned him into a bit of a sociopath. And then, he loses his parents through somewhat normal means, and then just kind of goes crazy, puts on this costume, wanders the streets, kind of bad Lieutenant Protocol kind of deal where he's just kind of going around getting into trouble, but he thinks he's doing the right thing. And I sort of want to approach and do a sort of script about that, probably a short, and then put something that has a little more potential to be like a feature.
Right, and so like you said right now, like you're still trying to like extract like more research, or you're still trying to like, so you have like at least a preliminary outline, or okay,
yeah, basically. I mean, I've had ideas around this concept for a while, sort of a deconstructed superhero. But then one day I was just looking at Bob Kane's, I guess he drew these old prototype drawings, and I was like, what if I kind of did that and sort of like, use something as the basis for the deconstruction. All of mine were like in biker gear and, kind of stuff you could buy at like sporting goods stores and stuff, and nothing really clicked with that. But so yeah, I think taking those preliminary outlines and sort of moving forward with that character, and have a friend who sort of looks like the drawings, so I've talked to him about it and approached him about it. So yeah, I mean, I think that would be sort of my next idea for a project.
And I know, like you mentioned, like you're still like just kind of workshopping and you're still trying to get through, but like, do you have an idea for like at least the budget for the short?
I think because he is sort of experiencing psychosis and sort of wandering around outside, and a lot of it is that. I don't think the budget would actually be that much, at least as far as a short goes, because so much of it would be filmed outside. So, probably on the high end, maybe like 10 grand, but probably on the low end, much less than that. I think you could do it for a couple grand.
Wow.
I mean, just whatever it costs to get the equipment, really. But I mean, you can rent that for pretty cheap. So.
Budget? What is that?
So no, I mean, it wouldn't be a pricey. It would be like in the Blair Witch Project, I think.
Yeah.
Range of things.
Well, budget is metaphorically and literally our lifeblood.
If I literally told you what my first movie cost to make, like you would like be, and everybody's guessed thousands of dollars more than what it actually was, and once I tell them, it's like, seriously, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so I did 44 minutes and 22 seconds of this short film. But you know what? Actually, take a guess. I just want to kind of take a guess.
I haven't seen it, so
me.
I have
Okay.
So I'm
no.
not gonna say.
$14.
How?
Because, so, the way I write and the way, Indy writes, and the way I actually really sat down and thought about this, I'm like, obviously budget. I don't have the budget. I can't show gore. I can't show like what thing. But what I can do is show suspense. I'm a huge fan of the Universal films, the original monsters. You never saw anything. You either heard it or it was, somewhat saw some sort of action. So everything I decided to do, and I'm doing now, is just very cerebral. So everything is very close set. So I'm not doing like big action or anything like that. So the stuff I'm doing outside obviously is big enough, but the stuff I do inside, I literally used my apartment. I took my kitchen apart and made a full-on like studio out of that, and I literally shot everything inside, because everything like basically in my first film takes place in my own head. So the set is literally my safe spot, which would be my apartment. So again, utilizing that, and then taking that, and just not treating my audience as dumb. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. So then that's just a recognition that like that you were your own like production designer.
Yeah,
and you just
yeah.
took,
I did everything. I mean, I had a friend that I had a former friend that helped me on it, and she did a phenomenal job. But I mean, we just put our heads together and just really figured out a way to shoot this movie. And people say, they've seen it, like $10,000, $20,000. No, I paid $14 for the spray paint on the box that's in it. Because again, I use so much symbolism also too, and that's a huge thing for, and that's just kind of what I mean. I come from the school of Lynch, Kubrick, so I mean, it's all about symbolism. It's all about, framing and letting the, audience decide and be a part of, what they think happens. And that's like with the new movie. I have this guy that is literally just terrifying. He is just terrifying looking, and just to see him is going to be a shock in itself. But from what I've seen, shots that I've put together, again, because not showing gore, because again, everybody sees gore. I want to hear the sound. I want to let my audience imagine what happened. Make them part of it. I just think that's kind of maybe that's something that's missing anymore from films, because it's so everything's there for you. You don't have to use your imagination. You see the gore, you see the actions, but back in the old days, I mean, I don't know if that's just old-fashioned thinking of me because I'm older. That's
No, I mean, it doesn't have to be necessarily like an old-fashioned style question, because the Zone of Interest literally did this, right? Where the just the horrors of this genocide, right? Like those were you hear it, but you are kept at a distance, which helped that film specifically.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it just made sense. So again, I know I'm getting called off by BJ, but hey, Nigel David Productions on YouTube. Please check out my movie. It's out there, Visible Lies, and then I actually have 2 promos for Midnight Owls out there. I'm looking for a lead actress. I do want you, I don't know, between 25 and 35. But hit me up on Instagram, Nigel David Photographer.
Most likely I'll do a write-up like after the fact.
Oh, fantastic.
And then we'll just go from there.
Oh, fantastic. I appreciate it. And guys, you guys do an awesome job. And yeah. All right, I'm out.
Okay.
You brought up a favorite film of mine I actually quite love, Zone of Interest. I really love that film. I actually went to try to see it 3 times, and it was sold out 3 times here in Chicago, which I was really both shocked and kind of, just kind of filled me with some happiness that people were actually going out to see that movie. And Kubrick as well. It started off as a wedding photographer. It's a little bit of trivia about Kubrick.
All right. Hop on.
We got a new person here.
Just have a seat.
Yeah, just somewhere.
Okay. Happy to do it. I think I've ever done radio before. Right?
Yeah. All right, introduce yourself.
Hi, Dan Lane.
All right, what do you do?
I write screenplays.
You're gonna.
Am I talking to the microphone?
Now you are.
Now I am. Okay, got it.
All right, you might have to tell them again because I don't know about it.
I write screenplays.
All right. How many have you written?
Something like 40
Okay.
in the last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what are you working on right now? Well, another like what is the current project?
Well, interesting. I literally yesterday I got an offer for a meeting for a book deal. So that's a little off the subject, but Otherwise, trying to put the next set of projects together.
I mean, it's
yeah.
what we're doing. It's here.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about this book deal. However much. You
Oh,
can tell.
that's.
Or is it?
It's next week. I have a meeting next week.
Okay.
We'll see where it goes.
All right.
I really don't have a lot more
Okay, that's fine.
info than that at the
That's all you got.
moment.
That's all you got. That's fine. That's fine.
Other than that, my next shoot is on the 5th of April for a script called Spider. That's I call it a 5-minute spy movie. It's a two-hander, I think is the term. It's a 2-character piece. We have some great actors, and the director is Nick Cartwright. Our director of photography, if that's the right term, is Alexander Derrick, and they both seem great, and so it should be a fun shoot. Just going to be one day, ideally.
Okay.
So
I did want to bring up something because we conversed ahead of time.
okay.
So
Yeah.
okay, so you sent me a copy of Chicago Light.
Yes.
Get-
I am well, that's I'm excited about that. We're looking for a director. We have a great actor who wants to do it named Prince Odom. We need the right. That script is built around not only it's another small scale 3-character production, but it's built around getting a particular shot at the right time of day. And the right location. So finding the right person to photograph that and direct has been an ongoing process. So if anyone is looking for something to direct, I would love to talk to you.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's a fun script. I wrote it because I found out that Kanye West is a big fan of architecture, which just seemed like an odd juxtaposition of context. Not that I'm a big expert on Kanye West, but based on the general media.
Have you looked into him lately?
Well, that's kind of the point of the script. I don't know, yeah. So yeah, it's trying to bring together several different strands of, I don't know what you would say, contemporary culture, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So insofar as like what
Yeah.
what got you to write this? Let's start there.
This particular piece, I saw something in, I forget if it was the New York Times or the New Yorker, but it was about Kanye's struggles with this obscure but apparently really cool architect, and the whole situation just seemed fraught with drama. So yeah.
So it's just okay. So just literally just taking a headline and then just
Turning it into a movie, yeah.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that like with people trying to turn like what is that? One of those like NPR shows. Like I think it might have been like an All Things Considered or
Yeah.
one of them. And you're trying to convert that into.
Yeah, I think that's as old as storytelling, right? As taking some contemporary event and trying to make narrative about it. I mean, that's what the Iliad is about, right?
It is, yeah. It's a political piece on the time in which it was written.
Yeah.
So is Dante's Inferno as well. There's a lot of politics about the time, and he was writing about a lot of contemporary politicians, and through that narrative.
Yeah, I don't think I'm breaking any new ground here. No.
No.
Yeah.
That's fine,
Yeah. But that should be fun. I think Prince is somebody I know. When he met him for the first time, he had just gotten to Chicago, and my friend said that guy is going to be on one of those Dick Wolf shows inside of 60 days. and the real number was 30 days. So, so I'm excited to have him associated with to have read the script in the first place and to want to do it. I think is pretty great.
Yeah, because one of the things I was thinking about, like, or I thought you wanted to say.
No.
Because one of the things I was thinking about was, so I read earlier Cesare Zavattini's Some Ideas in the Cinema.
Not familiar.
Like Italian, like a screenwriter, I guess we'll say, from the from the neo-realist school, so back in the 40s and 50s or whatever. And the essay, I think, is from 1956, if I recall correctly. Anyway, the general idea is okay, what is it that we're trying to really extract from the cinema? And why do neorealism in the first place? What does that accomplish?
What are you asking me?
No, that's what I was trying to get at. Because we were talking about okay, this idea for this particular film.
Yes.
And because we're asking about obtaining a location. We're asking about basically letting the audience in on at least a narrativized or a fabulistic, we'll say,
Sure.
iteration of okay, how that story, how that works, and which is why I was kind of that's why I was asking about okay, what we were getting at in terms of what got you to want to write it and et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was a juxtaposition of low culture and high culture, I suppose you'd say, and that's always, I think, a great topic for drama, for narrative.
All right.
So I just.
All right, let's introduce our two new guests.
Hi, can we use this?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think that specific. Yeah, you got the wrong one. I mean, it should still be fine because we should still be able to hear everybody, but.
Hi there. Hi.
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak into the mic.
Christina's really short,
Tiny.
super short. She's 4 foot.
I'm 3 apples tall.
Yeah.
Hi, Christina Mercado, producer. We have Cassidy T, writer, director, all other things.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
How we doing?
We're doing great. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Excited.
Yeah. Haven't been here in a minute. Feels good to get out of the house.
Is there anything y'all are working on, or what are y'all doing right now?
We just wrapped on our film First Chair. That was a little over a month ago. It's about a violinist, an aging violinist who gets replaced by AI.
Dun dun dun.
It was a really fun project. We're still fundraising, so that's kind of why we're here. Straight to the point.
Okay, that's fine.
That's producer
That's
Christina.
fine.
Producer mode.
No, that's fine. How much has been raised so far?
Almost $9,000,
Yeah.
which is the most amount of money I've ever had in my bank account.
That's
So our goal is 12,000 though. So we're almost there. I'm feeling really good about it,
Yeah.
and it's all because of Christina. She's one heck of a producer.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
She's a writer, makes it easy. It's been fun time.
And in terms of the actual story, because I'm kind of curious, how does that work, logistically, especially if it's a live performance or something,
Yeah.
So
you get
our-
a Boston Dynamics,
Correct.
Okay.
So our violinist is real. He's a real person.
Oh, James Sanders.
James
Shout
Sanders.
out. Chicago
He's
legend.
Amazing.
In my eyes.
We would follow him everywhere.
I'm a groupie.
So he works on the Chicago Sinfonietta. He's a professor. He's just this really cool guy. He's been doing the violin his entire life, and he was easy to cast. He's a first-time actor. What else?
So
does he say about James?
everything. He's done everything that you can think of. But him, in comparison to, we had how we went around with doing our grand finale without revealing too much is we went with casting someone real, and then we did the least amount of showing them as we could. And we had like lights on her, and we did a woman for a reason because we felt that was very important in this day and age. And yeah, Tori was absolutely incredible. Like I worked with her in pre-production a lot with like the movements because we wouldn't be able to see her face a lot. So we practiced like the moving of the head before the body, and like the moving of her arms before hitting it down for the forearm, and straight hand, and not moving her fingers and things like that, because they were on a stage for like the grand performance, so she was kind of hidden amongst the crowd for a minute, but she's first chair. That's why it's called first chair. And so she got to be kind of in this character, but she's just such an incredible actress that I really put all my faith in her. She only got casted like 2 weeks before because
we met her at a meetup.
Yeah,
we lost our other actress because we had a push production by a few months, so we kind of lost a few things, but gained a few things, and Tori was one of them.
Yeah. So look at you go.
Yeah, you're going to have to speak into one like a little bit. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Oh, I know it. Yeah. I feel better now. Yeah, we were able to film at the Copernicus. If anyone's familiar, it's a fantastic location. The staff was amazing.
That was really fun.
Mike?
Yeah,
Mike was really cool.
Mike the GM, that was fun.
So, like, this project gave us tons of opportunities to learn a lot. So, I personally am not very into music as a whole, and I've learned a lot with this project.
Yeah, Christina really don't be listening to good music. So she picked me up on the way here, and it was like some like dumpster. It really wasn't good, but it showed that when we were there on set that it didn't matter what type of music you listen to, because we had an orchestra on set, and they were absolutely incredible. The greatest thing ever. So
we were lucky with the orchestra too, because we both kind of admit we don't know a whole lot about music, but Cassidy was very adamant on like we need a real orchestra that plays together because it just logistically will make a lot of sense. And we found a great crew and a conductor, and like everyone I feel like is top notch that we were able to work with. We got so lucky.
It's incredibly hard to work with an orchestra in the city because they're all union, so you'd have to pay everyone's roughly $65 an hour per person, and there was about 60 people on that stage, so that would have gotten really expensive. So we went around it, and we get to part of our funds that we raise get to go towards the orchestra as well, so that we'd like to donate. It's an all volunteer orchestra that we worked with, so citywide Chicago, shout out.
And what other stuff have you all done previously?
We worked on, so about how long before?
I don't know. Christina and I met working on a movie together that we both just PA'd on here in the city. And then I was like, I want to direct something, and so I wrote something so silly and dumb, but
it's award-winning.
Okay, well,
it's one award.
Producer Christina over here, and Christina was like, "Oh, I'll help you out and do whatever." And then we've done 2 since then together.
Yeah.
First Chair being the most recent, so we've done three things together so far.
Yep.
I'll take it. 3 for 3 so far, girl.
Wits End, Bedrod, and now First Chair.
Okay, you're so good at that. I'm so happy for you. Wow. We got the glasses going on.
What brought you to
Christina.
the topic of AI?
Ooh,
It's
what a
been
good
seeming
question.
like, obviously it's the topic of the moment. Robert Downey Jr. just did a play in D.C. last fall, so it does seem like a topic for a narrative at the moment. But what brought you specifically to that?
Well, it's interesting you asked that because I think while it's popular now and everyone's talking about it now and it's the biggest thing in the world, I kind of have been... I grew up in the age where technology was always easily accessible to me, so it kind of wasn't something that just like was nothing to now. And so I think, I don't know, I'm a big fan of Twilight Zone and Black Mirror and things like that, and how a normal story, because the very first 10, 15 minutes of the film are completely
How long is the
seemingly
film,
normal.
by the way? We
it's
haven't
less
described
than
a lot
20.
of...
It's about like 18 minutes or so.
It hasn't been shot yet, right?
It's
Is
been.
that-
We shot it
Or it has
February.
been.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
So
Okay.
we
shot
were
it
shoot it
February.
a weekend in February.
Yeah.
That's really strange. That's funny.
Why do you say that?
Because I shot an AI movie in February.
Okay, when? Oh
When
my
did you
gosh,
shoot
tell
it?
us.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Andy Krisiak shot it. He's a recent DePaul grad. The
DePaul.
premise. Yeah. So that's seems like a great timing. I'm really surprised
Hope
by
to see you
the
at the festival.
coincidence. Well, we'll see. We're in post production
Yeah.
also.
Same, yeah, okay.
Have you received an edit yet at all, or nothing yet?
I believe it exists.
Okay, same.
I have
Same.
not.
I haven't received anything from Joseph.
I feel like the writer is the last one to see the edits many times, but yeah, our premise is that an aging screenwriter is she has been she's won awards in the past, and but she's been brought low by her personal circumstances and is now being hired to train her own replacement.
Very similar to ours, and I love that you have a female lead. I love that you have a female lead. Yeah, that's very similar to ours.
Funny.
Yeah.
Huh.
I can't wait to see this. What's it called?
It's called romantic comedy.
Romantic comedy. Sexy.
Yeah.
Wow. Stunning.
I'm getting it. All right.
Incredible
guess that's how
talking
that
to you.
works.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Jose.
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank you so much.
Likewise.
I can't wait to see that.
That's fun. We gotta keep tabs on that.
Headphones. Good look. Hi, friend. Hi.
Hello there. How are you doing?
We all got glasses on. Christina didn't get that.
Sorry,
She
LASIK.
can't see.
I can't.
Oh, lazy.
Terrible mistake.
A terrible
Yep.
mistake. Look how good we look. How are you? What's your name?
I'm Anthony Cusimano.
Hi, Anthony. First and last. Government.
Yes, I
I'm
like to keep it
Cassidy
official.
T. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Good to meet
Christina
you
A.
too.
Mercado.
Christina A. Mercado.
Things in there.
Good to meet you. Adding the initial, I like that.
Well, that's the only letter.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh,
mistake
like a
on our
Harry
birth
S.
certificate.
Truman kind of deal.
Oh, sort of, except just the government decided I didn't need the whole name, so
Okay,
it's
they-
just an A.
Wait,
Yeah.
they decided that?
Yes,
They
they did.
decided-
It's a whole story.
You get one letter.
I just
and
get
you
the
like
one,
that.
and it's cool
Yeah.
now. I made it cool, so it's fine.
So, Anthony, what do you do?
I am by day a marketing copywriter, but trying to
What do you
it's-
do by night?
By
You really
night,
do.
I do some stand-up and I do some sketch comedy, and just trying to work on some more. I want to make comedy writing the actual day job.
Just say it is. It's fine.
It is.
Just
yes.
lie.
That's all.
I'm a
Just lie.
comedy writer
Yes.
who moonlights
Oh my God,
as
you're
a
just 4 inches taller.
sunlights as a
Sunlights. Okay. Yes.
copywriter.
We're here
I'm
for it.
so happy
That's-
for you.
Don't say the first part. You don't like
You're
it.
right.
You are. You are.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motivational
You
speaker.
get me, T.
Christina A. Mercado. Wow. That's incredible. I love comedy. So
It's been a passion of mine since I was a little kid. I saw Tommy Boy probably younger than I should have, and
Didn't we all?
it just resonated with me. I'm like, I like making people laugh.
So, do you have any shows coming up? Come watch because we'd be really excited.
I do not have anything officially scheduled. There's supposed to be something in June at a Morton Steakhouse downtown.
Do you need something?
Absolutely,
I
I'm
make some
there.
calls for you. I could probably.
Do
I
I
don't know
what?
anybody, but I could come make some calls for you.
I
He
would
makes a
appreciate
lot
that
of
so
things
much.
happen.
I do.
We needed
Yeah.
to film in. We still need to film in a like one of the greatest hotels in Chicago, and I was like, we'll never get that. And then literally the next day, we're like, actually, a friend of a friend owns a condo in one of the largest hotels, and they're willing to film for free. And I was like, how do you get these things?
That's the government connections right there.
It is. Like
Yeah,
she
they
owes
took my
them
whole
something.
name, so
They took the letters but gave you.
they gave me something
Yep.
more. Yep.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, yeah, so what about you? Tell me about the kind of projects that you like to work on.
I like to work on whatever Cassidy has because it's just easier that way.
Stop. Keep going. Like
Yes,
what?
no, Cassidy's amazing. You gotta check out her
No.
Instagram.
Okay, what? I don't even post on there.
First chair Instagram.
Oh, check out the First Chair
First chair
Instagram.
Instagram.
At first chair film. Anyway, no, write, direct, and then anywhere Christina goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yep.
it's kind of we're like
Tag
thing
team
one and
effort,
thing
I
two
like
apparently on this podcast. We
They're
are.
doing a new Cat in the Hat movie with Bill Hader,
No way.
Yes.
I don't know how you feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about it
which is
either.
awkward because he played the Cat in the Hat on a very explicit SNL sketch a couple years ago. So
I can't wait to compare.
I am surprised that Dr. Seuss Estate did not ban him, but
I don't know if that's needed. You know what I mean?
it
I
really
don't
probably
know.
is not.
Maybe.
But maybe we need to take the taste of the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat out of the cinema universe.
No. Oh my God. You
Wait,
hate
just
her.
get him caught up real quick on First Chair.
Oh yeah, writing. We just wrapped a short film that I co-wrote and Christina produced, and it was about a gentleman in his 60s who's a violinist in the symphony. And God, it's been a minute since I pitched
And
this.
he's getting replaced by AI.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Dun dun dun, right? Yeah. So that's what we just wrapped
Yes.
filming.
Wrapped.
So smooth, thanks to Christina. Honestly, it was. We were supposed to film over like June
right?
of
June
2024.
last year. Yeah.
And then everything went to S-word, and I was like, let's push this baby back. And Christina's like, yeah, let's pick it up and like get it back up in February. And it was greater than I could have ever imagined ever because of the work that we put into that baby. So.
we
You
all
know?
need someone in our corner like that. I
God,
love
it's
this.
the-
I
it's-
love this dynamic.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, it's the A in the Christina Mercado. It just gets me there.
Yep. I'm the A.
Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Nice.
Yeah. So far, so good. Waiting for an edit.
Okay.
And-
What's the timeline for when we might be able to see this?
Great question. We're hoping end of May, beginning June.
That's what we're hoping
Okay.
for. Yep.
So start
All
off
right.
the summer right.
Yeah, you need to
I am
get-
marking my calendar
Thank you so
down.
much. Oh my
You need to
God.
mark your Instagram
And
so
I'll
you
invite you to
can
the
do it.
premiere, babe.
And
You'll be at
it's-
the premiere.
I will be there. Yeah, it's First Chair on Instagram.
Yeah, it's
Everybody-
first chair film.
Yeah.
First Chair Film.
Maybe if
Okay.
you want, you can warm up and you can, tell us some jokes while we're waiting.
Yeah.
Talk
see,
to
I-
us.
See, that's the worst thing you can say to a comedian. See, sometimes he needs to be humble. That was crazy.
Yeah, you're putting me on. This is very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah,
I-
actually.
comfortable.
Yeah. You can tell I don't like being the center of attention
Yeah.
ever.
Oh,
so.
I love it. I love it so much. It's a good yin and yang we got going on so far.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
this place is filling up. Sorry.
No, at this point, yeah, we're at the point now where I'm like, I'm still I'm still working on my project, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need a producer.
Sure.
Only if Cassidy
wait.
can come.
You- yeah, tell us about what you're
Yes,
up
let us
to.
Okay.
know. We don't
Okay,
You
so
just let us
even
yap.
know,
and-
yeah.
Wow, shut us up, please.
Let us know.
It was so fun.
no, so it's it's called An Account, and it's like a 2-part miniseries type thing, and it deals with a Latino family dealing with the Department of Children and Family Services, and it goes from 2019 to roughly 2024ish, and the married couple just has a bad time. It just breaks bad. But have any of y'all seen The Souvenir?
I have not.
Oh my God!
Okay.
I know that was your biggest nightmare. but
Okay,
not all of
so
us did.
basically, so that is basically a 2-part thing, where it's so Joanna Hogg, this British lady, she made these 2 films, The Souvenir and The Souvenir Part 2, released them 2 years apart. But basically, the first part is just a straightforward story of her in film school, dating someone older. That is the first part, and then the second part is somewhat of a deconstruction of the first part, but also continues on the events. So I guess we'll do a spoiler for that film.
Please.
At the end of that first film, the person, I guess her partner, paramour, whatever you want to call it, and dies of an overdose of everything. And the second part is just her dealing with that, but also because she's in film school, she's trying to make the movie about the first thing.
Wow.
So it's like a deconstruction of it. We see like set construction and all of that. It's a whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how I'm trying to structure this thing. So both of them are feature-length films. Like each one's like 90 minutes thereabouts. And so the first part would go from like 2019 to like late 2020, early 2021. And the second part would just continue from 2021 to 2024. But it's a deconstruction of like what that first part meant. So at least somewhat.
So do they see like flashbacks, or do we see?
No, we don't see flashbacks, but it's like a thematic deconstruction. So we know like there'll be certain parts where the first part is like kind of confusing.
Okay.
That gets clarified in the second part. Like
So it just demands that second part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's one 90-minute-ish film,
Yeah.
and then another one 90-minute film after. Wow. I love the part 1, part 2.
And in your ideal world, how far apart?
Speak a little further in.
Oh, I'm sorry. In your ideal world, how far apart would these movies be released? How far apart would you want the audience to have, like the distance between the two?
The first part would do like the festival run, and then once that's over, just release both of them.
Gotcha.
Oh, I love
For
this
the
so
binge
much.
watchers.
You have the
Yes.
ideas here. Okay.
Wow.
That's exciting.
That's incredible.
All right, yeah. You keep us in there. Keep us in the
Yeah,
loop.
that's insane. What?
Is there an Instagram we can follow for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the
Okay.
account film?
So the film itself doesn't have an Instagram. I have an Instagram that I technically
need
haven't
it.
really I'm not really on it, but I'm
need
just
to be
there
a little
because
bit
like
on
other
it.
people are on it.
Give it to us.
All right,
Yes.
Cinema Lambda.
Oh, done. I can remember that. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
awesome.
for
All
having
right.
us. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Thanks,
having
guys.
me.
All right.
Oh. And I'm back. All right, and who do we have the pleasure of joining us right now?
I'm Matt Ronzani. I'm a writer, director, editor, composer. I made a feature film. We premiered it at the Music Box in July. It's called The Last American Possession. And
Yeah, just make sure you speak into the mic. Not to interrupt, but just make sure.
How was I? Okay. Do you guys have follow-up questions or?
I mean, like,
You can adjust it. I think.
what'd you say the name of the movie was?
It's called The Last American Possession,
Okay.
and it's a horror comedy, and it's about a grieving mother who attempts to resurrect her daughter through the bodies of unwilling young women in her neighborhood.
Wow.
And it takes place in like a late 60s, early 70s kind of aesthetic, so yeah.
How'd that get the attention of Music Box?
Basically, you can rent out any theater,
Gotcha.
and I find the Music Box to be the most charitable in terms of that. I looked at Facets, I looked at Logan, and the Music Box was the most accommodating. I don't know if partially that's because I have a friend who works for their distribution company, so she helped me out too. But they were, it was a smaller theater, but we sold out, and they're great. I would love to go back there. It was a great night. Now I'm trying to figure out distribution, but yeah.
And what about you?
Hi, I'm Kyle Paris. I'm an actor and writer. I'm actually writing my own sitcom right now.
You are okay. Let's. You have a premise that we can.
Yes, it's about my my experience being homeless in Evanston for 2 years. So it's a show about homeless people.
Gotcha.
Very funny show.
How long has this been in development?
Oh, 2 years, 3 years. So I'm writing. What I do is I write for about 10 minutes a day on days I work. So 5 days a week I write for about 10 minutes. I used to write for 20, but I got tired of it. It's 20 minutes, 7 days a week. But then I was like, I'll treat it like a regular job and just actually have a weekend.
That makes sense,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing right now actually with the pilot script. We're doing a section of the pilot script. Me and my friend Michael Gleason, he volunteers at Can TV, CTV. And so he has this show there where the local Chicago town, I forgot what the name of it's called, Troubadour. He has a show there called Troubadour, and they showcase local Chicago talent. Well, he used to come here quite a bit, and he hooked up with me, and I gave him the script, and he was like, yeah, let's just take a few pages out of the script, cast some actors, and we're just going to do a table reading on CanTV. And we did the pilot script for that, I think back in like December, and it did really well. They had like 10 airings on CanTV, which for CanTV, that's a lot.
Okay.
That's like, it's like Friends level of success.
And you get royalties every time it's shown? Oh.
No. Well, I love CanTV, but they, everything there is pretty much taped together with duct tape, and that's their budget. So it's.
I had a run in with them last year, and staff is great. But
the staff is great. I'm not really knocking CanTV, but they just have no budget. It's public access. So. But and now next month we're going to do episode 2.
Okay.
Because that show, the pilot was successful enough, they want me to come back and do another one.
For the table read on CanTV?
Yes.
Awesome.
So table read of another script. I don't know how many viewers it's gotten. I've looked at it, I've seen the final product, but I'm not keeping track of how many views you're getting. Thank you. I don't know what the viewership is like, but they tell me that it's done really well in CanTV numbers.
And I think if I recall correctly, most CanTV shows are available on YouTube, correct?
I believe,
Okay,
I believe so. I went straight to the website and looked at it, but.
What do we need to search for on YouTube?
CanTV, Sleeping Rough, that's the title of the show.
Sleeping Well?
Sleeping Rough.
Rough, okay, gotcha.
Yes, ROUGH.
All right, I'm looking forward to checking it out. And now it is time for me to actually sign off.
Okay.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, I guess.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, so they're doing... they're doing the table read for the second episode. How many episodes are there? Like, one written, but also planned? I don't know if they differ.
All written, all 34, 35.
Okay.
So half-hour episodes. Some of them are an hour, 45 minutes, some, but most of them are I try to keep it about half an hour. So I'm thinking, getting this on, ultimately, I would love this to be on HBO Max or Hulu, something like that, or maybe even Amazon Prime. I want it to be on whatever streaming service I'm binging at the moment.
Right.
Like, I'm watching The Boys on Amazon Prime right now, so I'm thinking, wow, Amazon Prime would be great for this. If I was binging Disney Plus, I would probably say Disney Plus would be great for this, although it's no match whatsoever.
All right. Let's bring you in.
Hello.
Hello. I'd like to just quickly introduce myself real quick. My name is Ankit. I represent the aspiring actors that have accomplished nothing, and they're trying to dip their feet into the acting world. So if you can relate to that, I'm writing for you on this podcast. I'm just thrilled to be here, honestly. Real quick question. What's your favorite streaming platform?
Me?
And everybody chime in. What's your favorite streaming platform?
Shudder, maybe?
That's a niche.
Shudder is good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it for a long time. For what it?
I hear you can email them directly. That's what someone told me, but I don't know. I don't know if that's true because I thought you had to have a third-party distribution. You know
So you're saying Shudder because you want your film to be on Shudder?
That would be nice. Yeah. Or so yeah.
Okay, what about you? What's your favorite
But
streaming platform?
the thing is, I have 3 or 4 of them. Like I said, whatever. It's not so much the service; it's the show I'm watching. If I want to watch, a couple of shows I've binged. The Boys right now. I'm big fans of the sitcom called Ghosts, which is on CBS. So that means it's on Paramount Plus. Elspeth is also a really good show. Severance. I just finished up the second season. Yeah.
But if you
Apple
had,
TV.
If you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
I would say probably either Hulu or HBO Max.
Okay.
Just Hulu or maybe Paramount Plus.
Are you watching The White Lotus?
I have not watched the. I'm not a single.
It's
seen
getting
a
real
single-
weird. Real weird.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have not.
Have you seen that show?
No, I have not.
I've heard a lot about it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
I mean,
I feel like right now White Lotus and Severance are like the two that are like capturing social media.
Which is weird because I never watch anything that's in the zeitgeist, and like finally it's aligned because I've always watched Mike White's shows, but I've never really watched any other shows, and all his other shows were massive failures, and this one's like enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of trouble with watching stuff that's popular.
You might have to speak in a little bit.
I like to wait until things are no longer popular, and then I have trouble with watching things that are like very happening, you know?
I'm gonna wait until the vibe, like I guess the aura around Severance to kind of die down a little bit, but I do want to get to it. But very quickly to answer your question, I mean, as a general, I don't like streaming services for like a bunch of reasons. But I find that either Criterion Channel, like they seem to be fine, or I generally prefer if stuff is up on like the Internet Archive, just grab it, watch it. That's my preferred thing, is just having the file and just watching it. That's how much I prefer the thing.
Yeah. Criterion Channel is really good. I don't have it, but I've had it like as an add-on to another streaming service. It's actually really good. A lot of David Cronenberg stuff on there. Good horror.
I have a soft spot for Tubi. I call it Tubby, but I don't know. Their
Tubi's
catalog
fun.
just keeps
Tubi's
getting
fun.
bigger and bigger. I like free things, you know. And they don't have too many commercials.
So you're an actor, yeah?
I'm an aspiring actor.
So, but you've done short films or you've done something.
So I've done theater as a kid.
Okay.
I took a hiatus from acting.
Oh, I see.
And now I'm trying to dip my feet back into it.
Oh, I see.
But one day you will watch this podcast in retrospect and marvel that I was on it. But for right now, I'm just an aspiring man.
Okay.
They're telling me I gotta go.
Do you know how podcasts work? Because they're not watched.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for having me on.
All right.
Are you doing this every week now? How's this going?
Monthly.
Monthly. Okay, cool.
Why don't you do it every week along with like the meetup?
I'm far away.
Oh, okay. Where do you live?
I don't know if I can say on the stream, but it was just far away.
Okay. He lives in Narnia.
There you go. All right. We got a new person, so introduce yourself whenever you're ready.
Howdy.
A little closer.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's
All
better.
right, wonderful.
All right. Tell us who you are. What do you do?
Hi, I'm Sean Caron. I'm an actor and also trying to write a little bit here and there. Met Kit a little bit previously. We were playing pool over there.
Sean is my arch nemesis. He's very talented at pool.
No, he's also pretty talented too, because he beat me first game, and then I kind of whooped him the second one. But no, that's okay. No, it's good. It's good rivalry. So I'm an actor mostly. Actually, I'll just do a quick plug. I'm actually going to be aired on Chicago PD tonight. Yeah. So super excited about that in like literally a half hour.
What do you do on the show?
I literally have 2 lines, and I'm like, it was the best like 3.5 hours on set of my life, so it was super awesome. I knew one of the PAs on there. Shout out to you, Lucy. And she, because we went to high school together, she was a little bit younger than me, but just took really, really like great care of me on set. So I was like, pretty wonderful experience. I have like no complaints.
Was that by coincidence? Or?
Yeah, I guess it kind of was, because we hadn't like really talked for a couple of years. Once I got my agent, roughly about a year ago. Thank you, Talent Alexander. They're awesome.
Did you cold submit for an agent?
I'm sorry?
Cold submit for an agent? How did you get an agent?
No, actually, that's kind of weird. My story for getting an agent was through a family friend. She actually knows.
Nepo baby alert.
Yeah, no. She actually knew the lead the lead owner for Talent X, and so she just basically like gave me her email, and I was like, hey, like here's some of my stuff. Like, do you think I'm worthy? And they're like, yeah, no, we'll have a meeting. And I was like, okay, that was like way too easy. Yeah, no, I'm super blessed, super awesome. Recent other stuff I've been working on. Shot a demo reel last September out in LA. That was kind of like a big thing for me. Then got new headshots in December. Just been trying to crank away at auditions, but haven't really been successful. I mean, I'm going to be doing a musical coming up in June. Looking forward to that.
A musical?
Yeah, stage musical, yeah.
Right.
Which is actually like what I grew up like mostly doing, for most of my life. And then I got my Bachelor of Arts in Theater, so.
Did the 2 lines on PD get you like a SAG?
No, so I'm ESAG right now. Which is really nice, but I'm not gonna just take SAG right away until I get enough money. Just a smart thing. Most of the time, a lot of Chicago's already European based, which is kind of like crazy how that's like shifted since pandemic. Especially like commercial voiceover. Like that's mostly going all around now, which is like super crazy. For like the more aspiring yeah, I mean I can try. I wouldn't say I'm like a whiz at it, but I'd say that the differences in like non-union work is like you can literally do anything you want. You can really beef up your portfolio. I think it's the best way to do it. But if you want to actually get serious and you want to be a working actor and get some serious cash, or just for the art, which is what you should be really going for. Shouldn't really be about the money. But I mean, times it's a necessity. It's a necessity.
It's always about the money.
Yeah, you might have a little conversation when until you get closer.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Gotcha. Yeah. But no, I would say that being SAG is, I think, exceedingly important, especially if you want to take your career to the next level. So, yeah.
I'm curious about this musical.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I can tell you about the musical. So it's called oh my gosh, Forever Plaid, and it's the premise is it's basically like Jersey Boys.
Okay.
If you've ever heard or like listened.
Like what, for 90s grunge or something?
No, God, no. It's
Plaid.
No, it's more barbershop quartet kind of stuff.
Okay.
So the premise of the plot is that these guys are in high school and they die in a bus crash, and so now they're coming back from the ether to record the album that they never got to. And that's pretty much the premise. So it's just like a bunch of songs of them singing in in a studio as ghosts.
So where is it premiering?
So it'll be premiering. It's actually not an original musical. This actually aired on Broadway a couple of years back, and I can't remember what year because I haven't looked into that. But
on stage in Chicago.
Oh, on stage in Chicago, yeah. No, it'll be premiering in around the second or third week of June. At the Skokie Theater.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so if anybody...
I've auditioned there.
Oh, nice, very nice. Are you also an actor?
A little bit, yeah. I've done some stage acting.
Okay.
And I'm a director and a writer, so I do.
Oh, right now.
I'll have to get your deets.
Oh, no, yeah, afterwards.
After the pod.
After the pod, yeah.
All right. We got a new person. Introduce yourself.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
What's your name?
You can call me Harper.
Oh, Harper, awesome.
All right, Harper, what do you do?
So I have two.
You can adjust the mic.
channels.
That's fine. It can lower it. You need to.
So I have two YouTube channels. One is called Storytime with the Dog, and I read bedtime stories to my dog.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
It's sweet. And then I have another one called The Nighttime Show, and I interview people about social issues and trying to influence policy without causing anger.
Gotcha.
Okay, very interesting.
And your dog is not involved in the second part?
No.
Okay.
But he could be in the background.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he should be. Always a special guest.
How long have you been running the two channels?
Let's see, I started responders, so they're still pretty.
Very cool.
And then, okay, so you mentioned the screening at the Music Box?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so when is that?
Oh no, it already happened. It happened
already happened.
July. I think it was July 24th. We hosted a film scene there, so they helped fill up some seats. But yeah, if you do want to rent out a theater at the Music Box, I think of any theater in Chicago as the most accommodating.
Agreed.
So I recommend them.
Yeah.
They put me on the little marquee and everything. They were super nice. They gave me free drinks. It was really nice. And can I plug my? I'm working on a short film right now. It's called Corner of My Eye, and it's based on my friend's short story, and it's all about peripheral vision. You're seeing something in your peripheral vision, but when you turn to look directly at it, it's not there anymore. And it's about two strange friends, and one is coming home, and he finds out that through his mom that his friend blinded himself, and he wants to know why, because his friend kind of went off the rails, and they're kind of estranged, so they want to figure out what's going on. And it's a proof of concept short, and hopefully we'll raise money for a feature. If not, I'll just do it myself, because at least I've learned how to make a feature by myself really cheaply if I have to. But it would be nice to do it a little more by the book this time and raise some real money. But yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I think you might be rotated out. Somebody's
I've been talking for a while.
Just tell you.
I mean, I know I'm a natural.
Just plug in your socials or wherever it is you want people
I'm
to
not
find
on
you.
social media right now because it ruined my life. But
where can people find you?
Literally nowhere.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, so then like brief little interlude. I actually was just at South by Southwest down in Austin for the film festival down there, and saw some really incredible features. Big one that I think people should be looking out for is Rivals of Amaziah King. I can't not like shout to the moon about that movie at all. It's incredible. If anybody has seen The Vast of Night, that was directed by I think it's Andrew Peterson. It's really just a really cool, interesting movie. Matthew McConaughey's in it, which was amazing because I got to see him at the premiere that night, and a couple other really cool people. Cole Sprouse is in it, like oddly and weirdly enough. So, yeah.
All right, we got a new person, so let's. All right, whenever you're ready. No pressure. Speaking to the mic.
My name is Javon Oliver. I'm looking to get into writing and directing. I have a few projects that I want to get started on, but I'm just trying to build a team right now.
All right. Are you able to tell us anything about them, any of those projects?
So I'm just kind of like writing right now, just working on the script for them. Really just trying to build the team and get into it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically it. I'm just popping out there.
I'll probably pop off, but for socials, you can find me at Sean MG Karen on Instagram, and I also my website by the same name. So if you want to check out some reels and some other stuff, demos, go for it. So thanks so much.
What genre do you like to write?
So I like to write drama. I would say things that are like true to life.
Try to speak a little more into the mic here.
Yeah. Drama, things that are true to life, so about relationships, the reality of relationships. But I want to also get started with like short films that just have like, or short videos that just have like a little message, you know. Just things that probably a lot of people can relate to, you know.
All right, we got a new person. Introduce yourself and what do you do?
All right, so hey everyone, this is Sean Spicer, and I'm kind of all over the place. I got started way back like in 2023 after I graduated from college. So I was at Iowa doing a film, like a TV movie film with them. I was a production assistant, and I also kind of did like background acting, whenever they need somebody, whenever they have a chance. Then I moved back here to Chicago, and I did another film with another company called Senior Moments, and I had like just a little just a little part there, and I was also a background as well. So nowadays, I'm just kind of like, helping my brother out. He's got a big YouTube channel which has like a lot of subscribers, and I'm just trying to keep myself really busy too. So I'm kind of like looking for, hopefully something to get me like more into acting stuff. And if I could do more PAs, or also I would also like to try, do a little more camera operating and stuff. Like I'm really open to exploring a lot. So that's kind of my story.
One fun thing is I just bought an FX Studio, so I'm like really excited about that. So I'm gonna be trying to look into like cinematography, and I know there's like a steep learning curve and a lot to learn, but I'm here for the journey.
Because I remember when I first started, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get something pretty simple. So I just got like the Sony Alpha like A6000. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start simple, right? Doing that, making some progress on that. Then I got a different. I don't remember. Oh my god! but I upgraded from there, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, this one shoots in 4K. That helps.
Yeah.
And then it just like the general idea of like, okay, figuring out what this does and how, like, it's another Sony, like it's A7 III, so that's what it's doing. And I was just, I don't know, I love Sonys just in general. I know there's some stuff with like post processing and like that color grading can be like annoying, but like I don't know, I enjoyed shooting on them, so I'll have future me deal with those problems.
Yeah, I heard that it's like really like a workhorse, the camera, and they make it kind of simple to shoot and everything.
Yeah, but I'm still kind of working on that too. As everyone, they mostly would start on their phones. Like, is that not a surprise to anybody? Yeah, but as a process, during my time at college, I kind of learned about different type of different camera stuff, and my college loves Sony, of course, so I got used to that, and I think now also I'm kind of starting on using drones now, so that's I think I'm still kind of learning, but it's still pretty fun though.
Yeah. So very quickly, Harper, before you go, you just want to plug your socials and like where can people find you, your channels and everything.
So on Instagram, I'm the Harper Wells, and you can find all of my links through there.
Okay.
Alrighty. Cool. Awesome.
All right. I thought you had a new person. Yeah, I thought you had a new person to come in.
Hey, hold on. I think we got somebody. He looks familiar. Oh my goodness.
Come on in.
Hey.
This is the first. And I guess before I go,
Hold on. Before we get going,
on Instagram.
You heard it. Her socials, ladies and gentlemen.
Plug, chill, plug.
And also we got another one too. Huh. Okay. How about you introduce while he's getting ready?
You really just gave me the honor to boost my own ego?
No.
That's a bad idea, man.
No, not at all.
It's a bad idea, maybe.
It's about
based on what you're telling us, but it's the idea we got, so we're doing it. So tell us what you're about.
I'm Shane Spicer. This guy, the guy next to me, I'm the younger brother, wannabe filmmaker, trying his best. Life is throwing me down for a few more mountains, but I'm trying to get back up and getting the spark to go for filmmaking again because it's still something I really want to do. But hi.
All right, and introduce yourself as well.
My name is Greg. I have a movie playing the Wisconsin Film Festival April 5th. It's the original Meet the Parents.
Ooh. Ah, nice, Greg.
So most people don't know Meet the Parents was a remake of my indie film.
A remake of an indie film?
Yes.
Wow.
Called Meet the Parents. And the
Meet the
original
Parents.
is playing in Wisconsin April 5th at the Wisconsin Madison Film Festival.
Oh my goodness! You all heard that, right?
Get this guy an award or something.
They won't let me release it, so the only way to see it is in film festival.
Why won't they let them release the film?
Oh, speaking of which, since you're here, you Shane, don't you have something you want to tell about? There's something that you started on, and you got so many subscribers. It's kind of getting you started a little bit, but it's it's something.
Oh, stop it! No, stop it! I don't think this audience would go for it.
Oh no, he's doing really well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. I did a little help a little bit, but before all this, before he got the idea, he had a YouTube channel which now has 4,200 subscribers right now.
I thought it was 8,000.
8,000 now?
Okay.
Oh wow!
That was more than what he said.
That's all just literally just recreating a show about talking vegetables, telling Bible stories with talking shapes.
And it's self-aware.
Yes, it's self-aware, and plus I get to voice the best character, so it's not a big deal.
And what is the channel called?
Shape Tales Official.
Okay.
Yep.
If you're familiar with Veggie Tales, you're familiar with Shape Tales.
I'm pretty sure they might.
It's like
not a lot of people know.
I mostly created the series, and I voiced most of the cast and background characters.
He voices 16 of the characters, including the backgrounds.
That is oddly specific.
I had to put it out there.
But if I have to boast a little, if I have to, can I
go
do
for it?
All right, there's a character I love, but Sean knows.
Yep, go ahead.
Because that's the thing when it comes. This is Alvin the Cone, and that's my favorite. He's the most fun to perform because he can get away with everything. I can say things that can literally get some people canceled, and nobody will mind with me because I'm the self-aware, goofy, crazy cone. That's the thing. That's what I love to perform as.
Oh man. All right, so just want to let you guys know, I am everywhere. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, and probably Snapchat if you got it. But I'll get you guys my Instagram just in case if you want to connect with me. So Sean Ellis Spicer. Remember, my name is Sean is with an SEAN, not SHWN, and Ellis _Spicer_. So there's my Instagram for you guys.
Just search up SHAWN just to spite him, please.
Thanks for having me on. I'll see you guys.
If you want me to put it in my social, I'm sorry. I've been introducing this the whole time. I gotta give Greg the spotlight. Greg, you go first.
I just wanted to plug my movie that's playing at the Wisconsin Film Festival because nobody knows that Meet the Parents was a remake of my original indie film.
Nice.
So I can only show it at film festivals. I can't release it. So you could check it out on April 5th at the Madison Film Festival.
Will they ever let him show him? Tune in life. In the meantime, support Greg and his indie film.
And get a good lawyer.
Yes, I get a good lawyer. All right, now if I have to go. Okay. Now if I had to boost mine, plugging socials.
Yeah, make sure you're in the mic.
Oh, sorry. Plug socials. Instagram, YouTube, I'm everywhere. If you want just me, do Shane Animation and for Instagram, and Shape Tales, just search up Shape Tales on Instagram or Shape Tales Official on YouTube. So that's all I got. Thanks for having me on. And to quote the Shape character, remember that the Lord made you special and He loves you very much. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right.
Who's actually the host?
Josue.
I'm technically the host.
No, he is the host.
Yeah.
I run the meetup, and Josue runs the podcast. So I thought we might wind things down here. I've not been able to hear the majority of the conversation, but have you had a good time?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, very good.
All right, so I guess we'll finish up what you telling us, more about the film and more about what other films you've done, what other things that you're on about, and we'll just wrap up from there.
I've done a couple indie films. I did one 2 years ago called The Road Dog with Doug Stanhope and some people. I wrote and directed a movie called Relative Strangers with Danny DeVito and Kathy Bates. A movie I wrote for Judy Tenuta called Desperation Boulevard.
Rest in peace, Judy Tenuta. I love her.
Yeah, she was a good friend.
Judy once called me Studsicle at one of her stand-up shows. I was sitting in the front row. She goes, "How about you, Studsicle?" Mark that on my gravestone. I'll take that.
She actually hired me to write her a vehicle, and I did. It's a low-budget indie, but it's called Desperation Boulevard. She liked it. She liked it so much as a funeral bitch.
Okay, so if we can't get Judy Tenuta, who would be your second place cast in her place?
Oh, for that movie?
Yeah.
I'm having a time thinking Sarah Jessica Parker or Joan Cusack.
Oh, Joan. That'd be great. That'd be great. It'd be someone who brought a particular manic energy
But I
to
always
the role.
thought Judy was funnier off stage than on.
Oh yeah.
Because she was talking a normal voice, but then sometimes she
She'd slip into character.
It was funny. So I tried to write that for her in this movie, to show how she was off stage.
Okay. If those of you watching don't know who Judy Tenuta was, you need to look up her stand-up like right now. It's amazing stuff. I'm sorry, Jose. Take over.
Thanks for having me on.
All right. Yeah. Where else can people find you? Like, I know there's a screening on the 5th, but if for whatever reason people are not able to make it up all the way up to Wisconsin, where else can people find you?
You're screwed.
Oh, okay.
By contract, I can only show it at film festivals and educational visits.
So where can people find you?
Me?
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to know more about you.
I have an Instagram.
I mean,
call me and ask me.
Yeah, if you don't want to plug it, it's all good. It's not a big deal. All right, that's fine. Okay.
I have shorts on YouTube that got a lot of. One's got 5 million.
Okay.
The Elevator.
All right, the Elevator. All right. There's the channel name to be able to see other. Is it just that one short, or are there other ones?
There's a bunch. It's Filmmaker, I think. Filmmaker.
Okay. Okay, we'll look for it.
Greg, what's your last name again?
Lienna.
How do you spell that?
Glienna.
Lienna. Okay, cool. All right, so let's wrap this up, and this brings us to the end of our first podcast in a long time, and you've had a good time, and you think it's been a good one?
Where can I find this?
The Chicago Film Scene has its own YouTube channel, and we're live streaming on that, and it'll be there in perpetuity. So any final words there, Josue?
I'm just here, like I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, that first-time podcaster.
All right.
So I'm like, I feel pretty good.
If you feel good, then I think that means you did a pretty good job, and people were very excited to come up here and talk to you.
So I'll take that. I'll take that for what it's worth.
Absolutely. So we'll do this roughly once a month going forward.
Yeah, monthly.
So we'll probably see you at the end of April.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea.
And, all right. So thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. And again, we're here live from the Arrogant Frog at Fullerton and Southport. We're here every Wednesday night, starting around 7 p.m., going until whenever people leave. And if you have any interest in filmmaking, please come down. If you want to write, if you want to direct, if you want to act, you're welcome. If you're a composer, we would love to talk to you. If you do hair and makeup, we would love to talk to you. Also, we are doing our next short film showcase at the Sulzer Library up at Montrose and Lincoln on Sunday, April 6th from 1:30 to 4:30. We've got a whole slew of short films by local filmmakers. They were all shot in the Chicago area, and we asked them to keep it under 20 minutes. and we've got a whole bunch that we have not decided what the final showing will be. We're going to start judging probably next week, and then on Sunday, April 6th, we're going to show them at the library, Sulzer Library. So come join us if you're so inclined. It's free.
I'll be in Madison.
You'll be in Madison. It is free. You can bring food and drink and celebrate local filmmakers. And with that, I think we're done. So thanks for watching, everyone.